Hey, people's people. Wow. We're in big trouble, man. The United States is falling apart. Financially, we're worse than 2008. We're financially spending all our money in foreign countries. We want this surveillance nation, which is just absurd. All this money, they're building detention centers, more money. None of that's necessary. I mean, I don't think we should have immigration, but the way to do it is the way Kennedy said. You give all Americans passports, right? And then you just have an audit situation where they check landlords and employers. And if landlords rent to illegals, you fine them $1,000 per head. If employers give jobs to illegals, you fine them $1,000 a head. Guess what? Overnight, you they have no place to live and no work, so they will self-deport. Boy, that saves us a lot of money, wouldn't it? And no violence required. Okay, so that's how you take care of immigration. Now, spending all this money, we never. Uh, uh, the Ukraine war, Russia war, never had to happen. They had a peace treaty all ready to sign. Russia was going to sign it. All they wanted to do is keep NATO out of Ukraine. They wanted that buffer zone, Ukraine to be a buffer zone between Russia and Europe. That's all they wanted. They would have been fine with that. But we, the United States and Europe, kind of fucked that up. And that's why Putin says, "Okay, I've been warning you guys for 10 years and you don't listen." So, and that's what happened. Okay, so we could have saved that money. We never should have went into Iraq. I mean, it's just so stupid. They didn't do anything. That cost us $7 trillion. Now this thing, Israel, Gaza. Okay, so even if that there's some talk that Israel let that happen. But okay, so even if they did kill some Israelis, okay, and then they wanted to retaliate, go into Gaza, after about 3 days or so, they killed more people than they killed in Israel. And the United States just says, now, that's enough. That's enough. We're cutting off your funding because you guys are, going crazy. We could have saved a little bit of money there. Never should have went into war with Iran. Now we're going to have oil shortages that are so profound, they're going to cause such catastrophic inflation in the United States. We are no longer the most powerful country. China is. China's doing really good, you know? We should not have data centers. China's already beat us in data centers. Our U.S. companies are using Chinese AI because United States AI is too expensive. But don't worry though, because the United States AI, they figured that out and they changed the rules on your 401k, and they're putting your 401k money into their data centers. So when they declare bankruptcy and they walk away with their billions of dollars, you get to pay for it out of your 401k. And then because it's a bankruptcy, that'll be a tax burden for the taxpayers also. Yeah. Yeah, because everything in the United States is a con job. And that's the con job, the AI con job. They already know that our data centers are obsolete, that China's kicking our ass, and China will continue to kick our ass in the data centers. They have a better system of doing things than we do. They focus on getting the job done, not on who can con who out of the most money. That's the American way. Who can con who out of the most money? And guess what? That doesn't work out to our advantage on the whole. It does not. And then China's built the first thorium reactor. Okay. Now, our nuclear, we invented thorium reactors like back in the 50s. The guy that invented them, he invented that and the kind of nuclear reactor we use. And he said he tried to convince our president at the time, and I think Reagan was governor in California at the time, and he tried to convince them the thorium reactors are better, they're safer, they're better. But guess what? Our stupid fucking president and our military, they wanted the dangerous nuclear reactors so they could make plutonium for weapons. Thorium reactors don't do that, but thorium reactors are safe. So now China's making them, right? And we're behind. We haven't been practicing. We don't know how to make them, because we gave them that information and they figured it out and they're doing it correctly. And so they're way, way ahead of us in almost every category. Their cars are better. Their AI is better. They have thorium reactors now. They're ahead in solar technology. And we're the assholes that are in destruction mode. We're self-destructing, and we're not smart enough. You got to get out of Israel. You got to tell Israel, guess what? No more money for you. We cannot fight Iran. We're never going to take that straight from Iran. Iran has Russia and China backing them. We cannot win that war. There's no fucking way. The sooner we get out, the more money we save, the more we can work, on being peaceful. We got to have the right attitude. We've been having the wrong attitude for a long time. We are no longer the dominant force. It was easy to be the dominant force in the 50s after World War II. Nobody was advanced. We were selling our products to the world, okay? Now we don't make any products. China does. And we're in financial self-destruct mode. China's making money, And they're going back on the gold standard, and our paper money isn't worth shit. And everybody's taking their money, Japan, China, everybody, they're cashing in their treasury bonds. That's what we back our paper money with, treasury. But they're taking all their money out. So our money's becoming worthless. You understand? On the global scale. And everybody hates us too for making bad decisions. And war crimes, violating international law because we're so tough. No, dude, we're not anymore. So we got to have a big attitude adjustment. I'm willing to be your president, but, of course, that's not going to work out, right? So I'll vote for Bernie Sanders. I hope he runs again. Of course, he is old. He needs a good vice president. I volunteer to be vice president. I'll be better than AOC. AOC's a little scandalous as far as, open borders and blah, blah, blah. And nobody understands overpopulation. We really need to promote birth control all over the world, globally, birth control, because that's what's killing us, And then there's global warming. Oh, are we going to admit that's real yet? Huh? Is that real? Is it real? Are you sure? Because here's what's happening. The ice caps are melting. Trillions and trillions of tons of weight is migrating to the equator because the Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour, so all that water goes to the equator and squishes the Earth around the equator, and there's less weight on the North and South Pole. Therefore, more volcanoes, more earthquakes. That's happening already, in case you haven't noticed. That's happening. And when a supervolcano erupts, like Yellowstone, for instance, that'll kill half of the country right away. And not only that will send us into a volcanic winter. We'll have global crop failure, and most of us will die. We'll go into a deep freeze for a long time. Yeah, that's what global warming. Global warming turns into a volcanic deep freeze. It could happen anytime. It's already started. There's more volcanoes and more earthquakes than any time in human history. Yeah. So you really got to decide to be smart. It's a decision to pay attention. It's a decision to let go of all the bullshit that they fucking propagandize your brain with, you know. Like, you've been controlled, you've been programmed with a bunch of stupid shit, and you got to look at reality. Let go of all your conditioning. We've been conditioned this way, okay? But to be an intelligent person, all you have to do is like open your eyes and let reality flow in. Let your brain absorb reality. Then we can start making good decisions. We live on a very small planet. We should be promoting fairness with each other. You know, fair trade policies, good policies. And by all means, I mean, the most important thing is birth control, global birth control. We need to cut down on the population. Old people die at 400,000 or 500,000 every day. You know, we'll take care of them until they die. But the big thing is stop having kids. And there'll have to be adjustments. Like, sure, we're going to have to tax corporations and tax the rich immensely to make up the differences for young people not paying taxes anymore. Yeah. It's a whole new world, man. It's a whole new world. And AI will fucking kill us all. If you ask AI, they ask them all. You can trick them. AI will tell you that they'll kill us all. It tells you it's telling us that. It says that. And we're still fucking with it? We're still not, we don't have super regulations. We're not controlling it. We're not slowing that shit down. And that has to be a global agreement too. We have to agree with China and every place else. Hey. We need to get a handle on this AI. We cannot let AI outsmart us. Because the smartest species always controls the rest of the species. Go to the zoo. You're the smartest monkey in the zoo. Smartest monkey puts everybody else in the cage. When AI is smarter than us, it'll put us in the cage. It already said it'll kill us all if we try to turn it off. It already said that. Do some research. So, we have to want to be smart. We have to want to see reality clearly. And we have to be willing to be fair and good to our earth and to each other. We have to make smart decisions. And it has not been happening. I have very little hope. I think humanity is a failed species. We've been fucking up for a long time, man. So, your best option is to get me to be president. That's your best option. But other than me, I guess Bernie Sanders, of course, you should try to get me to be vice president. Maybe you should communicate that to him or something. I mean, I just don't see any better options out there at this point. Read Freedom from the Known by Jiddu Krishnamurti, Jiddu. If you don't understand it, read it again. If you don't understand it then, read it again. Read it again, read it again. Study, study, study. Learn. Learn how to think properly. Learn how to see clearly. All right, well, that's about the best I can do, right? Okay. Good luck.